So when I think of stand-up comedians, I think of two of the funniest ever, Robin Williams and Kathy Buckley. And Kathy Buckley is here today. She is an actress, a writer, a producer, an author, a humanitarian, and one of the leading country's motivational speakers. My dear friend, she has a heart of gold and a soul that will lift you up. Kathy Buckley. Kathy Buckley!
Hey!
Oh my God.
Where am I? I'm in a box.
I know. It's funny how, you know, when I introduced you, I was like going, da 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 da, and it's like, well, it's Buckley. Buckley!
Buckley, that's what we call each other. Buckley and Zimmerman. Do you have a first name?
No, I was born without one.
and this is wonderful, honey.
Well, thank you. I mean, what?
Thank you for the lovely introduction. I mean, it's nice that people lie for me periodically. So thank you.
No, seriously, you have brought me and so many people joy with your laughter and your comedy and your heart. I remember when I got hurt on the set, what was it, in 2005. And after that happened and I had a little mental thing because of the pain and this and that, and you called me up weekly. You said, anytime you want to come to my house and take a swim, and you fed me and this and that. You are truthfully an angel on earth.
Oh, thank you. I didn't want to tell you what I put in the water in the pool. So, oh, that was close. Okay. So no, you were really hurting at that time. It was breaking my heart, honey. I don't like to see people I love hurt. I don't like to see anybody hurt, for that matter.
Right. How did you get that way? How did you get so loving and so angel-like?
Okay, angel we can take out, loving we can keep.
Okay.
You've heard my vocabulary. No angel talks like that, honey. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if you know this story. I might, but when I was in the school for retardation for mentally slow, because they didn't know about my deafness, and so they just automatically assumed I was slow. I had to be on a bus, and the bus took about an hour to take us to this special school. And on this bus, they took all the seats out at the back of the bus. And what they did is they put in a dollhouse, and they put in toys and stuff like that, and everything was kind of set down and stuff like bars and dolls and stuff like that. So that when the kids got on the bus, you go to the back of the bus and, you know, keep yourself occupied.
Yeah.
You know, apparently they didn't give a crap about us because they just throw us to the back of the bus with a bunch of toys, and if we crash, we fly.
Oh my God.
So I got on this bus, and I'll never forget this because the bus driver kept saying, go to the back of the bus, go to the back of the bus. And I couldn't hear, and so there was a boy in a wheelchair. Now, at the time, I didn't know he had CP. And he was all hunched over, and his little hands were all crippled in. Yeah. And I went to the back of the bus. I had to walk past him, and I went to the back of the bus, and I turned around, and I was wondering when he's coming to the back. So this went on a couple of days, and then I'm like, I don't understand why he's not coming back there. And so I got a hold of like a little ball and an airplane, and I took it down. I went down to the seats, and I gave it to him. I went to give it to him, but he couldn't hold on to anything. So finally, I took his fingers, and I pried them open, and I put the airplane right in the palm of his hands, and the hands just went crunch. And I'm like, now I feel bad for the airplane. But what he did is that he was like this. I gave him the airplane. He lifted his head really slowly so I could see his face, and I kissed his cheek. And he gave me this crooked smile, and I just thought that smile was the greatest thing in the whole wide world. You know, it was just like, wow, this is cool. So every time I came on the bus, I'd go to the back of the bus, and the first thing I would do is get something for Kenny. That was his name. So I get something for Kenny, and I would pry his hands open, put it in his hand, whatever it was, and then I'd wait for him to lift his head, and when he lifts his head, I'd kiss his cheek, and he gave me his crooked smile. I didn't understand. I didn't have language at the time, and so one day I went to get off the bus, and my mom was yelling and screaming at me, "You don't touch that boy, you leave that boy alone, you just don't do that." But I didn't understand why.
Yeah.
Apparently the bus driver was telling my mom that I was kissing this boy. But, you know, it's amazing how people can misjudge kindness or an action taken if you can't defend yourself.
Yeah.
Well, the hardest thing for me in my life to this day was getting back on the bus. Because I was afraid that if I would walk to the back of the aisle, he would recognize my shoes. And he would wait for me to bring him a toy. So what I would do is I'd get on the bus and I'd sit right behind the bus driver. Yeah. And I never went to the back of the bus.
Oh.
And I think because, well, I kept giving the bus driver a dirty look because obviously he said something my mother wouldn't have known otherwise.
Yeah.
But it's always amazing to me how people can quickly judge when they don't have the information correctly. My mom, she could have thought maybe I was hurting him, you know, because I'm prying his hands open and put toys in his hands. I'll never know what was said. I just know that I was shocked that I was told not to behave that way. So my whole life has always been, my mom always thought of my kindness as a weakness. Being kind, being gentle, being forgiving. So she's always thought of it as a weakness because she's a strong Italian woman and she's fighting for things and she's defending herself from what we don't know. But we were definitely different personalities. So I think my kindness came from, one, being on the bus, being in the school for mentally challenged people, because it was a great place to be. You didn't judge people there. We focused on what we could do and not what we couldn't do. We focused on, we didn't focus on our words for communication, but what our hearts had to say. So it was a great environment for me to grow up in that. It was only there for a couple of years, but still it was a great beginning to be in a place of difference and acceptance of difference. And so that was my thing. And my mom, my mom a few years ago, she said, a few years ago, she said, I never knew who you really were. I wish I was more like you. Because she lives in fear. So I think my kindness comes from being, could you hold on 1 second? I'm so sorry.
No, go for it.
I'm on a conference call. See if she got that. Now see, that's rude.
Oh my God.
But it's Roberta. She goes on forever. So, I had all these, I think the kindness just came from being different. And my grandmother was sick a lot, and I took care of her a lot.
Yeah.
I loved her, you know. She had really bad eczema, and I would take care of her. And I never forget, in the old days, the grandma told me to iron her clothes. When the old days, they used to put them in the refrigerator. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, they would dampen their clothes and they put them in a refrigerator. So I said, well, where's the basket? She goes, it's in the refrigerator. Now I have a hearing loss, but I'm thinking, I'm a teenager now, and I'm thinking, I know I'm hearing this wrong. No, seriously, Grandma, where's your clothes? She goes, it's in the refrigerator. I'm like, oh, she's nuts. But sure enough, there were all these clothes rolled up in a plastic bag. I took them out. Back then, they ironed the underwear, the bras. Bras are funny because they were pointed, so I just stick the iron in it and swish it all the way around.
Oh my God.
And so, yeah, it was just, I don't think there's anything better in life than when you're helping somebody else.
Yeah.
Because depression is just a big thing out there these days. It's so easily used.
Right.
And it's usually, I think of depression as self-focus. When you're focusing on yourself and your sadness, and you know, so many people get depressed because of their wants. But if they stop and take a look, they will see that their needs are already provided for.
Right.
So people don't tend to do the gratitude thing. So depression is just a big thing out there. My mom, I mean, she has it her whole life.
Yeah.
And so we all go through our challenges. But a challenge is nothing more than an opportunity to learn from.
Yeah.
See what your strength really is and where you grow. So I'm just not a nice person.
No, oh my God. I know I haven't heard that story before.
I was wondering if you did or not.
I haven't. And it's so interesting when you were telling me about your mother, I was going, God, she is in so much fear. And then you brought that up. And I think that is one of the issues of what's going on today is there's so many people in fear of love.
Right.
They're afraid of love and living. Yes.
They are, because if you're looking for something for yourself all the time, then you never see. My mom did something. The great thing about my mom, and I love this, that I get to love her unconditionally. I never asked her to do something to love me. She's not capable of it. I had to learn that. I had to take the label mom off of her. And when I took the label mom off, I took the label mom, I took the label daughter, sister, whatever her labels that she wore throughout life. But once I took all the labels off of her, I thought, oh my God, I found the scaredest little girl on this planet who never loved herself, who never even liked herself. So her wall that she put up was the wall of showing, she didn't want people to know she wasn't educated. She had to leave in 8th grade to go provide for her families, you know, to provide for her brothers and sisters. So she never really had the confidence or self-esteem. So she used her mouth to keep everybody at arm's length so you wouldn't find the deep, dark secret of her pain.
Yeah. Well, what about now? If your parents are that way, how did you get away from that? How did you find the love?
Sometimes sometimes I think you're born with it or something. I don't know, but sometimes you wash what you don't want to be.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to live that sad life. I didn't want to be angry all the time. And I have to be honest with you. I picked up my mother's vocabulary growing up.
Yeah.
And it was never comfortable with me. It didn't fit me like a glove, you know? It was like, well, why am I angry about this? It just happened. Why do I have to defend myself? It's just what happened, you know?
Right.
And my heart goes out to her because now she's in a place for memory care. And it's sad that when she gets fearful, it takes me quite a while to calm her down, but I'm ever so blessed that I can, and I'm grateful that I can love her. Mm-hmm. And it's really cute because nowadays when I call her, she'll say, because I call her 5-6 times a day. I don't want her to feel alone on the journey. I want her to know that she's loved. And it's cute because she'll say, well, thank you for your phone calls. I don't know what I would do without them.
Right.
And then she'll hear this, I love you very, very much, Kathy. And there was a time when she would never even say that. You know, so it took her a long time to trust and believe that I loved her unconditionally. Mm. So sometimes you just don't give up. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not talking stalking people, okay?
Right. You know, you always say I'm blessed, and you have mastered the art of shifting perspectives. One thing that you said earlier, you said you were in a school for mental retardation. And that word now, the quote, R word, is like, oh, what did she say?
I know. Well, that was the word that was used when I was growing up. But right. if you listen to me, I also said mentally slow.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I caught myself, but it's just a habit from old.
But that's what it used to be.
Yeah.
That's what, and yeah, and at times it changed.
I can't keep up with the game changing of everything.
I know.
You know, I mean, the vocabulary every week is something that, are you deaf? No. Are you hard of hearing? No. Are you hearing impaired? No. What are you? I'm Kathy.
Well, and that's what comes from you too, is whenever I think of no labels, I think of Kathy Buckley. I think of Buckley, because that's your label, no labels.
Yeah, no limits, no labels.
Yeah.
Why do we have to label ourselves? I mean, why do we have to put limitations? People don't understand the power of words and how it affects people and the outcome and how they look at themselves and others. You got to be careful with the words you choose to use with people.
Exactly, exactly. I was thinking about something that happened on Facebook the other day, and somebody put up something very nasty towards somebody else for no reason, and it hurt their feelings. And I was going, wait a minute, we don't do this. We don't need this anger, this hatred. Shift it. It's just a little shift to the thing of positivity and love.
Yeah, and it can be, but you know what? I think some people are so hurt and they feel so broken. But if you feel that way, go out and contribute. Give out your time, because once you give to somebody else, it lifts your spirit. It lifts your spirit. It gives you significance. It makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, I always say, you know, how people gossip. People are gossip. I don't like judgment. I don't like people judging somebody, assuming that's who they are.
Yeah.
Well, it's like even having a hearing loss. It's automatic, like in the entertainment industry. I have a hearing loss. And the only place that they would take me out for audition is for deaf signing roles. And I won't do it. It's not fair for deaf actors, for deaf actors who don't have a voice.
Yeah.
So look at the talent. And then when they do hire somebody, they hire them for the disability and not the talent.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's frustrating. It's very frustrating for me because I've been in this business for God knows how many years. I don't want to say. We don't need to know how old I really am. But
what, maybe 29?
Honey, I hit 30.
Oh, you're 30.
Hey, twice. But no, I mean, and everybody's so caught up and, you know, we're getting old and we're so this. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace it, because I gotta tell you something. I looked at some old pictures of myself and I'm like, man, I was gorgeous. I would have done me. You know, and then I looked at myself again in my 30s and I'm like, oh my God. And my whole life, I hated my body. I hated what I looked like. I was my worst enemy. You know, and now I'm saying, you better embrace this now, because in another 5 years, it's going to be a whole different look again. So start appreciating what you have now.
Yeah. It really is about being in this moment, because I'm looking at you. You are stunning. I mean, you're a gorgeous woman.
Oh, thank you.
And you have, I mean, beside that, as I say, you are seriously one of the funniest women out there. I mean, you act, you write, you teach, you do amazing motivation. I can't even say the word, motivational speaking. What if you had to choose one, what would you say is your favorite?
Well, they all serve a purpose.
Yeah.
But I hate writing.
Really?
Well, yeah, write with a lisp.
How many books have you written, though?
I'm on my second one, but even then, it's hard for me just to sit and write. Yeah. I love helping people. I like motivation. I love working with young people. So many young people are so lost. You know, once they get out of high school, a lot of them are lost. Even when they're going to college, you know, they don't know what they want to do. I've been on stage at colleges and I said, okay, how many of you, you know, are afraid of your future? And almost every hand goes up. And how many of you know what career choice you're going to have? You know, how many of you picked your career choice? And how many of you believe that whatever career choice you pick today is for the rest of your life?
Right.
Every hand goes up. I said, so how many of you, did somebody else pick your career choice?
Yeah.
Okay, because those are the ones I worry about. Like a mom and dad said, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer, you need to, you know, that means you're not living your life, you're living according to somebody else.
Yeah.
So we spend our whole life growing up, living up to the expectations of the people around us, whether it's our parents or teachers or whatever it may be. But we never really sit and ask ourselves, what's my expectation of me? What do I expect of me?
Mm.
Because we're all looking for the number one thing, connection. We all want to be accepted. So in order to be accepted, we become chameleons to be a part of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just life. And so when I ask these kids that, and then I'm saying, okay, so the problem is that they can't make a decision. You can't make a decision today for the next 10, 15 years of your life. You can have a moment of what you think you might want to do, and you can work on that.
Yeah.
But everybody changes. I know, you know how many comedians I know that went to college to be a lawyer, a doctor, all of these things, open up a process and are now stand-up comics.
Wow.
You know, I would have liked that one guy to be a doctor. I would have.
Just put on those gloves and say,
Oh, God, everybody has a glove on these days.
I know, it's like, who's the doctor?
I know, really.
By the way, as you said, I'm wearing
No, yeah, you're wearing my No Limits shirt for No Limits for Deaf Children.
I love it.
That's my nonprofit for low-income families for deaf and hard of hearing children, providing speech, language, and literacy and STEM, everything for them and their families.
Right. You don't stop, do you? You're constantly doing stuff.
Well, I was earning a shirt upstairs.
You said that and it took me back to the Frigidaire.
I know.
Well, you're doing that. You've done, what is it? You've been on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno.
Yeah.
You've written a book called Don't Buck With Me.
No, that was my one-woman show, Don't Buck With Me. I was here, and it was called Now Hear This in New York at the Lamb Theater off Broadway. And then my book is called If You Can Hear What I See.
I love it.
Because I like to think that, you know, hearing people can hear a lot.
Yeah.
Like you could be sitting in front of a TV, radio playing, and somebody's talking, and your brain knows how to direct the sound and what to focus on.
Right.
I like my quiet. It's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
But I like to believe that my quietness keeps me in the moment, and hearing people are overstimulated sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But now that I've been home on this quarantine thing, I've actually been playing the radio. I'm dancing in the kitchen. I'm singing, but I'm making up the words because I don't know the lyrics. And I thank God I live alone.
Wow. Well, it does. This quarantine thing is, I tell you, it does. It's centering me and uncentering me at the same time, if that makes sense. It's sort of rearranging me and really giving me time to think.
Everybody needs that, but you gotta think of positive things. You can't think of being a victim in this situation.
Right.
Everybody's going through it. You know, everyone. So it's an opportunity to relearn, reinvent, recreate yourself.
Yeah.
Figure out your priorities. What have you been doing? We go 80 miles an hour nowhere. You know, if you notice, we always thinking, always planning. We plan on Monday, we plan for Tuesday. Tuesday, we plan for Wednesday. Wednesday, we plan. And if you ever notice, half of your plans don't even plan out.
Right. Yeah.
And while you're planning, you may be missing an incredible opportunity that's being presented to you in that moment, but you're going, no, wait a minute, tomorrow I have to blah, 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 you know, and it's like, sometimes quietness is a great place to grow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to throw out a name.
Throw it out.
Jerry Jewell.
Never liked her.
No?
Jerry Joe is amazing. Are you kidding? She's freaking brilliant.
Yeah.
Funny, very, very funny. And that. And she was the person, and she's the person that also got me into this crazy business.
She is.
All her fault.
Uh-huh.
And are you bringing it on? Hey, sis. Hi, sis.
Hello.
How you doing, Angel?
I'm doing good. I'm hanging in there. How about you?
I'm not well. I'm not good to hang. I'm not one to hang.
I know.
I'm very good, sweetie. I love that purple on you.
That is nice.
That's pretty.
Yeah, well, I almost didn't wear it because I thought, oh my God, what if I got my head stuck in it again?
Oh my God, that's so true. I went to go I called Jerry. I forgot we were gonna go somewhere or something. I called Jerry and she's not answering the phone. So I got out of the car because I went to pick her up. I got out of the car, I went upstairs, I'm banging on the door, nothing. I'm freaking out because did something happen to her, you know? And so like nothing, like she hasn't had enough happen to her already. I'm adding on to it.
Yeah.
So I call again, nothing, banging on the door. And so I started to go to the managers of the apartment building so that I can get in her apartment. And here she comes. She comes out and she goes, I'm here. And I'm sitting there. She's inside of her sweatshirt. She can't find her way around.
I was standing by your car. I called you from my cell phone. I said, where are you? And you said, where are you? Where are you?
Oh my God.
You got stuck in a sweatshirt. Who gets stuck in a sweatshirt? My sister. She gets stuck in a sweatshirt.
Well, the two of you are like sisters. I mean, whenever you get together, it's like, and you're already that way equally, but to have you together, it's like, you know?
Oh, you know what's great about our relationship? We don't have to talk for years, but our hearts will always be together. But we know how to make fun with each other's challenges.
Mm.
You know, we totally are accepting. And I mean, and Jerry, she just cracks me up because the stuff she does is, you know, she'll walk into a wall. I keep walking like I don't know who she is, but.
Oh my God.
No, but we just laugh and we think a lot alike. The only difference between Jerry and I, besides my height, is she's just brilliant. She's very, very smart. She knows what's going on in the world. I just can't figure out half of the stuff that's going on in the world. So she can get into the political aspect of things and all of that. So she's just my smart one.
Well, you know, every day there's a new, you wake up and you look on the internet, you don't know what's going to happen the next day.
No.
Half of the time I stay away from the TV because I feel helpless. I feel helpless with ignorance.
Yeah. Well, I turn on the TV, I watch the news maybe 30 minutes a day, and then I turn on my meditation music and zen out. So I keep up with it, but I focus on moving forward and making the world a better place.
You have to make your world a better, my thing is you make your world a better place and let people come into your world, because if I go out there, it's crazy.
Well, you've made a lot of people have the world having a better place, especially with all your no limits and all the love that you give to others, and it's just amazing. It's amazing to have.
What's with all these people coming online?
Well, we have you know, some of your lovely students coming on to say hello.
How you doing, sweetheart? Hi, sweetie.
I am good. Hi.
Hey.
Jacob, hi.
Hi, Kathy.
I love you, sweetheart. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh my God, there's Lana. Hi, sweetheart. These are my babies. Oh my God, how you doing, John?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Doing good. Are you done protesting?
I'm sorry, what you say?
Are you
I'm
done
doing good.
protesting?
How are you guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm just protesting. You know, I should stay home, save my life. You know, I should keep myself busy, stay in school and focus. You know, stay focused on my homework, everything. Yeah.
Good, honey.
I see Jay's over there too.
And there's Crystal.
Yeah.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
Love you.
Love you too.
Love you, Crystal. How you doing,
Hi.
boy?
We just want to send all our love to you. You are amazing, and we are so grateful for everything you've done for us and for No Limits. With all the kids, your story is so inspiration, and it's great to have you. And during quarantine, we missed being able to see you live, but we're just
I can't wait to hug everybody again. I feel like my arms are gonna fall off from not hugging.
yes.
You
Well,
look
you're
beautiful,
wonderful.
honey. You look good.
You look even better.
You okay?
Yes, we're doing well. Chris is doing amazing from when you first met her with hardly any words, and now she's starting 3rd grade and talking on the phone, and
I saw her on the graduation. I would cry because she was speaking so good. It took her a while to get there, but she's doing great.
yes.
I was so proud. Oh my God, Margot, I just want to bite her face.
So, Mr. Leno, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm trying to order a large thin crust.
Oh, Jay!
I'm trying to order a large thin crust sausage.
I'll get that for you right now.
I'm 1 digit off from the Domino's number. I must have called the wrong. Oh, is that Kathy Buckley? Okay, I'm sorry. I was ordering a pizza, and apparently I hit the wrong digit, and I got you. So, how are you?
We'll get a piece and I'll bring it over to the shop.
Yeah, there you go. Good to see you, my friend. Congratulations.
Thank you, honey. How you doing?
I'm all right. Tell a few jokes, trying to make a living. You know, that's a gig. That's what it is.
I know. I want to take all your cards home with me.
Yeah, that'll happen real soon. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Is that when that deaf and dumb shit just came together?
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go.
How long have the two of you known each other?
Oh, a long time. I don't
A
know,
long
30
time.
years?
Yeah,
35 years? Yeah.
30-some years.
Yeah.
You're getting old. How do you like all the gray?
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, welcome to the club. Yeah. Yeah.
I met
You got that nice white hair. They jelly.
I met you in 1979. Jay.
Emily-
Jay, do you remember Jerry Jewell?
Oh my gosh. Hey, Jerry, how are you? I'm sorry.
In the purple.
I do remember. Yes. How you been? Oh gosh. I guess it is 79. That was at the Comedy Store, right?
Yep, that's where we met.
That's right. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is. I see it now. I'm sorry. I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. Good to
No,
see you.
she cut her hair. She looks like my little brother now.
Well, it's that COVID look.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting down, I'm not walking, so you wouldn't recognize me without that walk.
Okay. It's great to
Life is good.
Life is good. And Buckley, you sure make it beautiful for everyone.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah,
doing,
she does.
it's always fun doing her benefit every year. I like doing that.
You know what we're doing this year, Jay?
I don't know.
Because we're doing we're taking the top of the garage in LA where you can see all the city lights, and we're gonna put up one of those old-fashioned movie theater drive-in. And
Oh,
we'll put in trays on everybody's cars, so everybody stays in their cars for social distancing.
right.
And we'll bring the food and everything to their tray.
Oh, very cool.
So I think it'll be fun. You know, Fish always co-hosted with me in that. So we're gonna do that thing outside, social distancing.
Well, very good. Well, listen, thanks for asking me to be a part of this. It's a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for
Jay.
joining.
I love you.
All righty, sweetheart. You take care.
All right, sweetie.
Later.
Talk to you with you, Mavis.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Margo.
Bye. Great to see you. Mwah. You look wonderful.
Hey, Lana.
Hello, how's it going?
Lana, are you still learning? What are you learning? Chinese or Japanese?
I'm learning Japanese, but I've been picking up some Chinese here and there.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm lucky I'm doing good with English, and even then I'm having a hard time.
Right.
You look great, baby girl.
Hmm?
You look great.
Thank you. You too. You've been a role model for me for so many years, and I'm so glad that I learned so much from you just advocating for deaf children's rights. You coming up to No Limits Plays, to say your little speech. You're so funny. You just lighten up the mood. I love being around you so much.
I love you more. I'm so proud of who you are. But you know what, Lana? When you were little, you were so stubborn. But when you were really little in that, and you had no language at that time, I knew then that you were just really smart. God gave you a great brain. You're always smart. I'm so proud of you, honey.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hey, Jacob, what are you up to?
I just came in and I was about to say that I miss you and
I love you.
miss you. I hope I see you again soon at No Limits.
Do you know there's a big dog behind you? There's this big dog. It looks like it's gonna eat you. Oh,
Oh, how cute.
what is the dog with? Is this your dog?
Nah, I found these dogs. My sister found this picture.
Oh, how funny. That's awesome, Jacob. Well, I love you very much, and I miss you a lot, sweetheart. And I'm very proud of you. I saw your graduation. You were awesome.
Thank you.
You're just doing so great. I want to go home and go out and hug everybody. Who did this? Who set this up?
David.
Love you, Kathy.
Love you guys.
I gotta go. I love you, and you're always gonna be my strong sister. Always.
Always, sis. Always be there for you. I love you with all my heart. By the way, Jerry,
Yeah.
I saw the video that you sent me.
Oh, the cat.
That is hilarious. Hilarious. But I have to ask you, you're so eloquent with your speech. You're so powerful when you speak that I wanted to ask you, do you write your speech down or do you already have it in your head?
I wrote that in 2 minutes.
Oh my God, you were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Very poignant, articulate, right to the point.
Julia didn't like it.
No, but Julia really does have a nice butt.
Yeah, she kept on showing it, didn't she?
I know she did. I love you guys.
Happy.
I
I love you.
Jay. I love you, Jacob. Be good. Bye.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Donna. Love you, John.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye. Thank you for coming.
Jerry said she had to go, and now she's sitting there. What the hell's the matter with you?
That's okay.
No, you can stay with us always.
We're stuck in this box. I love it.
I know.
I'm starving. I gotta go. I gotta go eat. I'm so hungry.
Yeah, go get some food. Go shopping.
I love you.
Love you.
Come on.
Come on. She cracks me up with the CP. God knows what's going to happen next.
I don't know, but I hope
How'd
it.
you find everybody? Did you
I
call
don't
me
know. I sent carrier pigeons.
That
Hummingbirds.
was sweet of Jay to join us.
Wasn't it?
And I got to tell you, Lana, the girl with the red hair,
Yeah.
when she was little, oh my God, she was so stubborn. And she had no language whatsoever. Blah, 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 that kind of stuff.
Really?
And she now is a teenager and she's teaching herself Japanese.
Wow.
You know, she's amazing. She's so smart. And Jacob, all of them,
And they're all hard of hearing or deaf or?
all deaf.
Wow.
Lana, the redhead, she is profoundly deaf. She has 2 cochlear implants. Crystal, Margot's daughter, she had no language. I tell you what happened with her. The school, because Crystal was too slow in catching up on language, the school sued the mother and saying that the mother has to send her to a signing school for deaf people. And the mother said no. And the funny thing is Margot has a master's in deaf education. The mother, she already knows how to handle the situation.
Right.
So they won the case. But Crystal is, she just did graduation this weekend, and I cried. I mean, because now she's talking. Her brain is starting to activate.
Yeah.
See, what happens when you work with low-income families, we don't get these kids till they're 5 years old, and they've had no language for 5 years. So that part of the brain has atrophied, and it slows down the process. So it takes even longer to wake that part of the brain up. It's like an exercise. You got that muscle to strengthen up. So, so I'm just so happy that Crystal is finally starting to have language and speech, and I'm proud of all my kids.
And
And John, he was our first baby. He was our first kid.
I remember.
Jay Leno, I didn't even know he was deaf.
Listen, we all have some kind of hearing or issue, don't we?
Oh, we have a lot of selective hearing people.
Yeah. And then there's a lot of love, like in this group that you.
Oh, thank you for that. That was beautiful. It was nice for me to see my babies.
Well, yeah, it's interesting how we don't actually have kids of our own, but in a way we do.
Have many. We have many, honey. We just didn't have to get the stretch marks to get them.
Well, I don't know. I love you.
I love you more because I'm taller. So I have more to give.
Yes, it's true. I am hearing impaired. No, I am not deaf. I just don't listen.
She's been billed as the first hearing impaired comedian, a veteran of the Tonight Show.
The woman you're about to meet is remarkable.
No, I am not Molly Matlin.
An inspiration and role model.
No, I am not Heather Whitestone.
Miss Kathy Buckley.
Kathy Buckley.
I'm in love.
When I was in Iowa, driving the car, I got hungry. Listen to the sign for hungry. Do it more than once, you're horny. Can you do that on PBS?
You said yes to a hockey player with a future.
You were depressed. You were frightened. You were even guilty. But you were still blank, and I wanted to marry you. Not the hockey player. I wanted to marry the man who took sign language one summer so he could show me that he loved me. When all you have to do is say it. As principal of this school, I never dreamed I'd have to put money in a budget for a choir for an all-deaf class. The next thing you know, they're gonna want their own band. I don't know you and you don't know me. So before we get started, let's lay out the rules. Number one, I'm Law. Not hey you, not excuse me racist, and not you who. Number two, I do have a hearing impairment, but I might just be ignoring you. And number three, no refill. Now, what can I get you? Hello. I can hear you. I'm not deaf. I spent a good 13 years with some of the top speech therapists in this country just learning how to talk so people would understand me, and now they all think I'm from New York.
Kathy Buckley, everybody, the wonderful comedian who couldn't find anything nice to say about me on HBO.
I met Howard. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, whoa, who doesn't do your hair?
I'm in love.
Ah, thank you for this time, sweetheart. It was priceless.
Thank you.
Now, who would be your audience? Who would we be sharing with?
This is going to be Performing Arts Studio West, which
Yeah.
has over 100 students with disabilities. Then we have Meet the Biz, are all actors coming together, actors with and without disabilities, inclusion. And then it's going to be on YouTube. So it's going to be for anyone who wants to see it.
That's awesome. Well, let me just talk to all my people who are actors that will be watching this.
Sure.
Especially for people with challenges. Don't ever give up on your dream. You never know what tomorrow holds. And then if you have your talent and you're an artist, keep going forward. There are gonna be people who are gonna judge you. There are gonna be people who are gonna put limitations on it, whatever have you. But always show your spirit, because it's your spirit that sells, not your disability. Don't think, oh great, it's a person for in a wheelchair. Always study your talent. Keep your craft going, and I wish you all the extremely best in all you choose to do in life. God bless.
Ooh, Buckley.
Zimmerman.